Oh, this is a spot, mind. We're down here in Switzerland now, on our way to Italy. Go and fish a week on Salasco, and we picked this spot down here on the side of this massive lake, and yeah, some spot it is too. We stayed in a hotel just up behind them yellow trees there, swimming lovely. Here's Oz, looking for some fish in the marina, but yeah, what a spot. Had a nice steady drive down yesterday. All went nice and smooth, which is always well received. And we've got a 3.5 hour drive now down to a hotel, which is just literally 10 minutes from the lake. A new place for us to go and fish, and we're looking forward to it as always. But we're going to get ourselves sorted out now and get on the road. Morning, Laws.
Hey, rock and roll.
Yeah, man. Yeah, bang up for this we are. Been a good first 24 hours. Let's hope the rest of the trip continues in that same way. But for now, I'm going to get in the van and get off down there. It's a shame the sun ain't out, because this is an amazing looking area. I mean, I've got trips over the next couple of years booked up in Italy, so I'll most certainly be coming back down this way and staying in this area. It's beautiful. Right, it's time for us to get going. I'll see you down the lake. I just had to stop. We've only just left the hotel probably an hour ago maybe, and driving up through the mountains in Switzerland at the minute, and yeah, I just had to stop here and take this in for a moment. Cool, isn't it incredible? It's all part of what I enjoy about these trips, as well as the fishing, of course. It's travelling down and seeing places like this on the way, and because we're in no rush, you know, we can afford a bit of time to stop. Spectacular Oz, isn't it? Cool, blimey. Yeah, that's quite impressive, isn't it? The sun's catching those mountains and that. And round in a very large mountain up there. Yeah, what a spot. I was just going down for a look. Yeah, lovely. Oh, we finally arrived. It's about 10:30 in the morning, Saturday morning, and I've just arrived on Salasco. It's very pretty. It's very nice. I was just down in the next swim there, setting up. Oh, there you go. That's what you want when you just arrive, isn't it? Fish showing in your swim. Oh dear, I'll take that as a good omen. Not too bad. But yeah, I like the look of it. Nice tidy swims and that, so nice level place to set up. But yeah, I've been looking forward to this. Got a week on here, me and Oz, and spoke to the lady when I pulled through the gate, and it's been fishing steady. It's been a few good ones out, 28 kilos, 27 kilos last night, and some other good ones. So yeah, excited about getting going, and that's what I'm going to do right now. A busy couple of hours, all loaded in the van. Oh yeah, and I'm in for the week, peg 5. Bike provided in the swim, so you can ride round to the facilities. That's a nice touch as well. Yeah, looking forward to a week sat on here. It's going to be very nice. Got a bit of unsettled weather coming middle of our week for a couple of 3 days. Yeah, looks nice. It's Sunday evening now, and it's been pretty quiet. The weather seems to be on the change. We've got a complete cloud covering now, and a forecast for some rain tomorrow morning for a few hours. I've seen a couple of fish. There are fish about, but you know, whether I'm yet to discover the right spots or tactics, it's unsure. There's not really a lot getting caught around the lake. Oz is down to my left there. He hasn't had anything either. And earlier on, over between those bigger trees, a guy had a fish, and my neighbours up in peg 4, one of them had a 53 pounder earlier on. Nice fish as well. And yeah, aside that, I think it's been pretty quiet. I've just changed it up a little bit, a few different sort of hook bait choices tonight, and I don't often fish a pop-up, but I've got one rod on a small pop-up just an inch off the bottom, and didn't put as much bait out. I mean, I put a few spods out last night. I didn't think there was any point putting too much more out. Fishing 2 rods together at 26.5 wraps up in front of me, and just put 5 spods out on the 2, and then one, a German lad who's fished here quite a lot told me about a mark up towards that evergreen tree there. To the left of that is a smaller tree, 125 yards, 31.25 wraps or something, and yeah, got one up there and just put 3 spods on that. According to the couple of the locals and that German kiddie, this is not normal. The fish is fishing slow, and there are a lot of carp in here, and generally they are getting caught. So we just have to sit on our runs for a bit, try a few different bits and pieces, and hopefully get a chance. We'll see if this weather change brings us a change in our fortune. Woke up on day 4 and it's clear. Been quite hazy for the first few days, but look at that. Just down from the mountains. What a beautiful view it is this morning. Spectacular. But there isn't much happening on the fishing front. All very quiet. I mean, all day yesterday it rained, more or less from about sort of 9-10 in the morning till into dark, about 7 o'clock-ish, something like that. And yeah, I thought for a moment it might sort of improve our chances. Well, we couldn't have done any worse, but yeah, I thought it might have improved our chances, but sadly they've remained motionless so far. It's pretty quiet on here now as well, which I don't think helps. Just one pair of anglers on the far side over there, and me, Oz, and 3 other anglers off down there. Yeah, it's a bit of a conundrum. The local lads say it's because of the weather change, where it's cooled off and can take a couple of 3 days to settle back down. And some of the other lads are just saying it's fishing tough, which is unusual. They said, well, not unusual for me and all, so yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll keep going. Look at that beautiful backdrop and try and get ourselves one of these Salasco carp. I've just got out now and I'm gonna get rid of facilities, have a cup of tea, and see if I can come up with something that will get me a bite. But yeah, lovely place to sit. It is lovely here. Swims are really nice and flat and everything, so yeah, we just got to keep plugging away. Wednesday morning now, probably about 9:30, 10 o'clock, and I'm doing a bit of stalking as such, but trying me luck in a vacant swim down in the corner. It kind of cuts back in halfway along the bank there into a bay, and there's an awful lot of fish down there fizzing, feeding on some naturals. There is a guy who's fishing in the swim up by the pointy tree in the centre of the picture, and he has got a couple of rods down in that bay. But I thought I'd just give it a go. Last night, well, the afternoon, about sort of 3 o'clock, opposite me, there's no anglers along all of that bank apart from the guy kind of opposite here, and one down the other end. In the middle of it is completely empty, and fish started showing quite a lot in front of one of the swims opposite, and couldn't resist it any longer. Reeled my rods in, set up a couple of bags, and went round. Probably within, there was a bit of fizzing going on and a couple of fish showing, and probably within 10 minutes just had the rods led on the ground, and the spool on the right hand rod started spinning slowly, and yeah, as soon as I picked it up, I realised something wasn't quite right, and maybe a tench or something smaller had picked up my upbait, and it was a small catfish, only about 3 or 4 pounds, something like that. But I still had the other rod out, so I sat there for about another hour, and the other spool started spinning quite rapid as well, and thought finally I'm into my first carp. And same thing, as soon as I picked it up I realised that it wasn't a carp, and it was another catfish, a pound or 2 bigger than the first one. yeah, it's cagey. I went around the facilities first thing, spoke to the guy over there, and he's only had one fish since he's been here, and right way round to the other end of this bank, there's a German angler in there called Thor, and he had one fish last night, and I think that was pretty much it. But I've kind of got the bit between my teeth now, and I'm gonna keep trying and move about a little bit whilst it's quiet, and yeah, pretty determined to catch one of these Salasco carp. I've still got 3 nights left yet, so yeah, I'm gonna keep trying and see if we can get a bite. There's some real nice fish in here, so it's worth continuing with it. It is very, very quiet. I think you know, it's evident they're feeding on naturals over in that bay over there. As we speak, I can see at least 10 patches of fizzing going on and more, so I think there's some sort of natural food become available to them, as they were fizzing over there when I moved around last night, and there was definitely carp there, so I was surprised a little not to get a bite, but yeah, maybe they're preoccupied on these naturals at the minute. Maybe I might get lucky and get a bite out of here, but I'm going down the shops around about 2, so I'll sit it out till then, go down to the shops and get a few bits and pieces, and then start again. Oh, it's Thursday. It's 5 nights now with no carp activity. I'm out trying again. There's still no one down at this end of the lake, and there's only been, I think, two fish caught from the other end of the lake. Either end you can't fish. You can only fish from either side, and so I just thought logically that perhaps if there's some fish at one end, they might be at the other. We've got some rain on us at the minute. It's supposed to clear up relatively soon. It's 1 o'clock now, dinner time. And yeah, I think we sort of got to the bottom of part of a reason why. I mean, the conditions, I think, largely, but also certain areas you try fishing out here, your lead and bait comes back stinking rotten eggy, almost like it's been sat in a load of festering bait or something. And you know, a couple of the other anglers have experienced the same thing, and it was something that I encountered before, more recently at Atlantide, back in the summer. The baits were coming back smelling, yeah, sort of rotten eggy, and some Lithuanian lads turned up, and they had a winch camera, and they put the camera down, and they said the spots in their swims, they had 3 or 4 swims, all of them had old festering mouldy bait on them, a lot of maize and things like that, just loads of it just sat there. So it was hardly surprising that turned out tough as well. But you kind of see it all the time. People who arrive, they don't know what's going on. The guy this morning turned up opposite me in Oz, and you know, again, he don't know what's going on probably, and just started spotting out a load of bait. And the fish definitely certainly aren't out in the open water dropping down onto baited areas. There was a Polish kiddie who caught a couple earlier on in the week, but there was still evidence of fish moving about then. I've since now sort of gone down to fishing just bags and single hook baits, and trying to find a drop, and hopefully it's not going to come back smelling of rotten eggs. But I'm going to sit down here now for the next 4 or 5 hours and try and get a bite down here. I was on the opposite side last night or evening. There was a lot of fizzing going on, and I thought it was carp because there didn't seem to be any other visible signs of fish. So I assumed it was carp, and took a bag round there and quite quickly had a run, which I thought, wow, you know, at last, and connected to literally nothing, just fresh air. And then about an hour later, just into dark, I had a proper take, bent into what felt like a decent fish, you know, head shaking. I thought I've got a carp at last, and it was a catfish of about 20-25 pounds. So yeah, it's still a conundrum to me, this place. Conditions, maybe too much bait gone in here, could be factors, but I'm still here and I'm still going to try and get a bite. I want one of these Salasco carp before I go. It's going to be a nice sunny day tomorrow, and there is a shallower area off that little point in front of me there, and it's supposed to be 20-21 degrees, so maybe tomorrow I'll try a bait up in the shallower water. But for now, I'm sat under my little brolly, which I bring for such occasions. I've got a drink and some snacks, and yeah, let's see if I can get a bite from here. Yeah. Wow. Not turn up. So we're now 5 nights in to our trip on Salasco, and been a real struggle for all our efforts. All we had between us was 3 catfish, and I've been hopping. It's empty. A lot of the locals have gone home because the fishing's so tough, but at last left the little lake empty, and I've been dotting around various swims with PVA bags, casting it signs of fish and things like that, to no avail. But today it's paid off in spades, and I've got my first fish, and it's a cracker. Oh, he's got a leaf on him. He got a beautiful set of scales on his wrist, and this fish comes out at an incredible 60 pounds and 10 ounces. Oh my days. 5 days and nights of nothing, and wondering if we were going to see a Salasco carp, but this is one of the special ones. Just can't believe my luck. Single rod, dropped in the margin on the out of bounds fishing bank, walked back round and sat there for a couple of hours of pissing down rain, and as soon as it stopped, this thing picked my bait up. Oh wow, what a result, what a fish. We'll have a quick look at the other side, and then I'm going to get her back. It's not often we catch fish like this, and especially not the first one of your trip. Oh, that's cracking. You got a little bit of damage to his pectoral fin previously, but this fish is in pretty solid condition. Oh, look at that. Look at the colours on it. It's dark chocolate brown. Italian mirrors do it for me. White tinged tail, massive tail, thick wrist. This is a proper one. Right, I'm going to get him back. Here we go. Oh, look at that. Catching that autumn sunshine. Oh my days, this is what we come all this way for. There's moments like this. Right, she's going back. Oh, lovely. What a carp. Oh, wicked, wicked. There it is. Cool, those matings are looking amazing this morning. Well, that sun's just starting to catch them, and they got a pinky glow, looking incredible. Look at that. I think sometimes when you see things through a camera, it doesn't do it justice. because it looks spectacular. What a backdrop to this place. Well, we've had a proper carpy weather night, very windy all night, and I was half expecting maybe a chance. The first bit of weather we've had, kind of proper carpy weather all week, but yeah, last day today. I'm guessing, as it's Friday, there'll be a few people turning up today, so the possibility of moving may not be on the cards, but I'll wait and see what happens, see who turns up. But I've only just got up now, so I'm going to go and get myself a nice hot drink and start sorting the van out first thing, so we can steadily load the gear away. But yeah, it got pretty windy last night, blew a couple of pegs out the bivvy, but not too much to pack down. And then we're heading across the top of northern Italy and fishing a week on Parico. Can only hope that things will be an improvement on this week, although the fish I caught yesterday has certainly made my week. Right, let's get that hot drink. Yes, so we didn't do a bit of an intro bit for our arrival at Parico, and we spent the day getting set up and everything sorted out, and kind of just put 3 baits out, kind of on instinct, if you like. Saw some fizzers and put a bait in a direction, and then found a little smooth area 50 meters out, put a bait on there, and yeah, we had a little occurrence with one of the small fish that are in here at the minute, apparently about 1.5 pounds. So changed my baits around straight away and put some bigger stuff on. Anyway, just settling down for bed, and I've got my first Parco carp, and it's another 60 pounder. Unbelievable. Wow. This was just fish with a PVA bag and a 15mm bottom bait and a bit of loose feed around it, and yeah, what a prize. 61 pound 8 ounces. And it's still very lively after one hell of a tough fight. I do not want to give up this fish. Aye. But there we go. Unbelievable. A 60 pounder from Salasco, 1 bite, and then 1 bite from Parco and another 60 pounder. Sometimes carp fishing can be crazy, but that is a cracker. What a start. Unbelievable. Fantastic fight out of this creature as well. Alright, I'm going to get him back and get the rod back out. Fantastic start. Oh, I'm shocked still. This has been my first bite tonight. I wasn't even sure we'd get a bite tonight, but to get a fish like this, let's turn around a second. To get a fish like this on your first night is a dream come true. These are the kind of carp we want to catch when we come out this way. That's a handsome carp, eh?
I know. Beauty.
Wonderful. Right, it is time to let this thing go. I've gnarly head on him. What a cracker. Quick as you like, and there she goes. Alright, yes. Yes! Hit the margins, this one. Literally a couple of rod lengths out down the side here.
It's a nice mirror, that
It is, isn't it? Are you happy picking that?
I'll not say anything. There's no doubt you've got it sorted.
I don't know about that. Wow. What a scrap out of him as well. He did not want to quit. All on smallish bits of bait though, Dave. Can't get sort of dotted around rather than on the same spot and that I've been catching. God, this fish is lively. Are you going to let me have a quick look? Ready? Still feels a bit twitchy. God, this is a thick set fish. That's a nice one, that is. Coming just over £57. Caught over a little bit of boilie, pellet and corn. Oh, that's a cracker. Sunday night magical mirror. Right, I'll get this in back now. There we go. Oh, that was a night. Oh, blimey. Monday morning, and come together a little bit last night. I've spent quite a lot of time watching and trying to get an idea where the fish are moving about in this swim, and deployed me baits accordingly last night, and yeah, I've had a fantastic night's action. This is the 7th fish of the night. Got quite hectic at one point last night. I had a wonderful 48-pound common and a smaller 40 and a couple of 30 pounders. Wow, this one's lively still. A couple of 30 pounders and the big one, the 57 pounder. That was the first fish of the evening, so, or night I should say, so that was some start. I just had this one, very lively still. It's 41 pounder. I was fast asleep. Oh, I had a lot of sleep, but I stuck with it, and every time I got a bite I put it back out, and I even had a double bite last night, so yeah, what a contrast to the week before. And I need to get this one back and get myself sorted out because I'm knackered, but I'm going to keep going as long as they keep coming. What a turnaround. Just can't get my head around it sometimes, but there you go. Time for this one to go back. Well, it's Monday dinner time. Forward a couple of days have been pretty busy. Unlike our previous week, I've been having a few bites, and I've had 10, 11 carp now, and yeah, it's been quite steady. No more rhyme or reason to the bites. I've had one at first light, through the day, periodically, and through the night, but got a little bit of wind on today. It's been very nice and sunny and very pleasant to sit out in. Had a good string of fish yesterday, and through the night and up till just about an hour ago. Yeah, seven fish I've had since it got dark, up to 57. Had a couple of real quick close together takes around about midnight as well, and a couple of nice fish, including a 48-pound common. I've had 2 or 3 other 40 pounders as well, and a couple of big 30s, and there are fish coming out dotted around the lake. So overall it's not been too bad a start. I think we must have had somewhere in the region of maybe 40 fish between us, something like that, in a couple of nights. So we're doing well. Last week it fished really tough for the lads that was here, but all my bites are coming on small amounts of pellet, literally a handful, a third of a can of corn, and about maybe 100 baits. But I've got some 10 mils, some 15s and some 18s, and I'm catching on the 15s. I got some pop-ups my old mate Dan Vallis made me a couple of years back, and I've been tipping them off with half of one of them, and that's what's been getting me the bites. I have got some link oilies as well. I've tried them, but I've not had a bite on them yet. The cell seems to be doing what it normally does, and yeah, getting me the bites. But a lot of time to go yet, and looking forward to seeing how the rest of this week unfolds. I've now got my rod sorted finally, a little quiet period, and I'm going to go and have some breakfast and a cup of tea. But yeah, great start so far. That's where I was, down that end of the lake in the left hand corner last time I come here. It was really hot then. But yeah, a great start. Enjoying it here. Tuesday evening now. Sun's on its way down. And it's been a nice, warm, sunny day. Very warm, in fact. It looks like pretty much now all my activity, apart from the odd one or two that I've had, is all around about dark up to 12:30, and it seems to quieten off. I had another 4 bites last night. 5 bites, sorry. 3 more carp, 1 lost, and a sturgeon. The best carp was 42 pound. My mate Phil was over in that corner, had a 67 yesterday. And there's a few fish coming out. I think we must be up around a sort of 70 fish now as a group, something like that. So it's fishing steady, without a doubt, and a few nice ones that are coming out amongst those too. I'm not really more sort of got quite a lot of water in front of me here, so I've been more sort of fishing on what I'm seeing as opposed to creating a spot. I think I've had 13 or 14 carp, something like that now, which is about sort of average for the swims that are producing a little better. So I'm going to continue to do what I'm doing. Some of the guys are spotting and building an area, but I never really saw much out there that I really wanted to put a baited area to. There's a couple of shallower areas in that, but I guess they're just like the hammered spots. So I normally like to try and avoid those, and just through watching over the course of the last three or 4 days, you know, I've been placing my baits accordingly to where I'm seeing the fish, and that's paid off for me so far. But yeah, halfway through the trip now. The weather's been fantastic. Beautiful to sit out here. It's not too hot or anything, and yeah, really enjoying the week so far. And I'll definitely be trying for more chances, that's for sure. I'm going to sit here and enjoy the rest of this wonderful evening now on this very famous swim on Parico, peg 1. And a nice cup of tea. Yeah, it looks lovely, doesn't it? Look at that. Just how you like it.
Well then.
So, there we go. Back from the shops. Got the baits out. I think we're in about 4 o'clock, and it's just about 5:45 now, so it wasn't out too long, and had a nice fish off of the spot from the bite same time the night before, and it's a nice hard fighting 50 pounder. God, they got some life in them, these fish. That was a titanic scrap out of this carp as well, just would not give up. And yeah, it's a nice one. Proper chunk of a carp. That is. Same thing, just still doing the same thing. I've been tempted to put loads more bait in or nothing. Just keep repeating exactly what I'm doing, and I seem to be getting some bites and some nice fish out as well. So I'm going to keep on doing it. Get this one back, get that rod straight back out there. Still got 4 nights to go yet, and the night time is predominantly when I'm getting my bite, so hopefully plenty more chances. Right, let's get this one back. Wow, good morning, early Wednesday morning now. Got to keep my voice down because my mate's in bed a bit, but yeah, it's been a reasonable night again. I've had to the 3rd carp I've had tonight. I started off with that nice 50 pounder earlier on, and then not long after followed it up with a mid 30, and hey, still a bit of life in it. Yeah, I've just had this be quiet. I just had this 44 pound mirror, but it's a real fine example of a mirror. It's a bit late to be setting the camera up, to be honest, but this is such a nice carp, so clean. You just have to have a look at him. Let's see if we can get him up. Yeah, there we go. A beautiful Parico mirror, 44 pound. Getting a steady 3, 4 or 5 bites a night, all from really about 5, 6 o'clock onwards, and yeah, it's just a great experience catching carp like these. Get a bit blasé about the 40 pounders, I think, when people come away. This is still a huge fish, and a beautiful one at that. I've already got the rod back out, and I'm going to slip this one back and make myself a nice cup of tea. I know it's 2 in the morning, but yeah, I'm going to have a celebration cup of tea. Right, let's get her back. What a nice carp. Well, I'm up in the back bay now for a couple of hours. There's no one fishing up in this part of the lake, and some of the lads who've been going round to the showers and that said they've seen quite a few fish showing up here, so daytimes have been pretty quiet for me. I think I've had 1 bite in the day in the 4 days I've done so far, and I thought, why not just get a couple of rods with PVA bags and have a couple of casts. I mean, my bite time in my swim is normally around about 5, so I've got to make sure I've got a couple of hours up here to have a go, see if I can trip one up. But they do seem to be spread out a lot now, the fish. They were sort of grouped up in that central area for the first couple of days, but they seem to be a lot more spread out now. We've got a bit of rain coming tonight as well, so I don't know how that's going to affect things. A couple of yeah, Wednesday today, yeah, we got Thursday and possibly Friday unsettled, so I don't know if that'll change the way they're behaving, but at the minute they're spread out feeding on naturals because there's a lot of fizzing going on. But the lads are catching, dotted all around the lake. There is fish coming out, so I think overall, yeah, it's not been too bad. Just basically comparing it to the guys last week, they did struggle, a few of them, I believe. So I think we've done all right overall. But yeah, I'm going to give it a couple of hours up in here. I don't think it'll hurt to know that there's a fisherman after him up here. It might push some of them out, but yeah, I'm going to give it a couple more hours and see if I can catch one from up here. Well, it's Wednesday evening now, about 10 o'clock, and it's been the quietest evening since the start. Just had one catfish and 3 of the very small little carp that are in there, one after the other, and everything seemed to go very quiet. No fish showing. No fish showing, no signs or anything. And yeah, it's just kind of getting me, so it's about 10 o'clock, so just kind of getting myself ready to get into the bag. And now we've got a bit of rain coming apparently from about 11, so we're just about to get into the bag. And my right hand rod was away, and we've got a lovely common. A nice dark chunky one this. He's a beauty. And let's roll him over. Give him a little drink. He's got a bit of a belly on him. He clearly likes the boilers. But yeah, I've stuck to the same thing all through the week. Look at that one. There we go. Look at him. Nice. What a clean fish. A 56 pound Parico common. Yeah, after a quiet day. Oh, what a price. Yeah, sticking to the same thing. A bit of boilie, not much, 50-60 baits. About a third of a tin of sweet corn and half a scuba pellet. And I've stuck to that all the way through, and the bites have kept coming. I'm going to have a look at the other side of that one, because that is a nice carp. But yeah, more catching by observation this time, and watching the water intently, and this open water area I got, and watching where the fish are moving through, and just placing my baits on those roots, and yeah, picking up some steady bites. There you go. Even if it is a little slow, there's always something like this that could come along. That's a fantastic carp. Right, I think it's time we'll get her back. What a fish. Okay, it's Thursday morning, about 9:30, and it's been wet all night. We've had rain all the way through the night. It's still raining now, but it didn't put the fish off. I had a bit of a mixed bag throughout the night. Started off with a cat of about 25-30 pounds, and then a couple of the very small carp that are in here. They're like a pound, 2 pound. Must be a lot of them in here, and they're quite annoying because everybody around the lake's been catching them. And then I had a 50 pound grass carp and a 56 pound common, and just a moment ago you slip the net under another good carp. And this is a mirror of 57 pounds, but it is stunning. Beautiful colours on it, and some lovely scales down its lateral line. Very lively. Beautiful wrist on it. Beautiful oranges, and yeah, what a carp. He's very lively. Hopefully we can get him up to have a look. Get hold of him. Still flexy. Come on. Let's have a little look at that. There we go. Just look at that. Oh, not quite. Not quite. Wow. Now that's a carp. What a beauty. Fought like an absolute brute of a carp as well. Real hard, jagged, every inch of the way. Well, that's a proper one, and I'm well happy with that. I'm not able to get my rod back out yet because it has been raining hard, so I've had to wait for a while, but it's time to put this one back now and get my rod back out. What a carp. Yes. Right, let's slip this magnificent carp back. As you can see, he's keen to go. We'll have one last little look before we slip her back. There's one beautiful looking carp, isn't it? What a fish. Right. Bye bye. Thank you for coming. Fantastic. There he goes. Look at that. It's a proper. That'll do. That'll do. Oh, it's Friday morning now. Our last full day on Parico. It was a little slower for me last night. I had a grass carp of about 25 pound. I had another take which fell off, and I think it felt pretty much like another grass carp. And around about sort of 11, half 10, 11, I had another take, and had a carp on the end, I guess about 25, 30 pound, and fell off just down close in there. And one of the very small carp there in here. And aside that, it was quiet. All the action was on the one rod as well, on the right hand side. The sort of banker spot for the middle part of the week was that big tree up there at about 75 yards, something like that. That seemed to produce a steady number of takes, but yeah, overall not too bad. I've had 18 carp and a few good ones in amongst that as well, so it's been nice. Dave behind me in peg 22 just put back a 56, and Pete, oh there's one down there right in the middle. Pete, who's down the bottom in 7, just put back a 50 pounder, so there's still a few fish coming out, but it does seem to have quietened off in front of me. I was getting quite a lot of sort of fishing semi-slack lines and getting a lot of indications and that fish were about, but that's all very quiet now, and just receiving the odd bit here and there. Well, I've got one more bite at the cherry, so to speak. Most of my action is from 5 o'clock onwards, so I'll be refreshing my baits around about 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock this afternoon. Starting to pack up now as well. Rained again a lot last night. Got soaked when I had that grass carp, absolutely soaked. But yeah, nice week. Really enjoyed being on this swim. Pretty comfortable. You can see pretty much all the lake, and you know, amongst the group and that, there's been I think certainly over 100 fish caught. And there's 11 of us, so that's not a bad average, is it? But yeah, I'm going to carry on sorting a few bits and pieces out and get ready for this evening's action, hopefully. One more go at them. Let's see how we get on. A nice spot, isn't it? Up into Austria now, on our way back from Parico. As normal, I was away early this morning and didn't get time to look about with the film or anything. But yeah, it was a good old week. Ended up with 20 fish, some nice ones as well. I think between the whole group we caught well over 100 fish for the week, so there was only 11 of us, so it was pretty good. Everybody caught. Yeah, driving off up into Stuttgart now, and gonna be there's my van out there. Oz is waiting as normal. But yeah, gonna be driving up into Stuttgart now and staying in their hotel up by there for the night, and then back to the UK tomorrow. That's it now, no more fishing till the spring.